our first series of the day.
That's right. Congratulations to the agency. Of course, Optic Gaming will be going down to the losers bracket. They're not out of it just yet, but man, what a matchup there between these two teams. Agency just showing that strength right at the beginning of the matchup. You know, Optic Gaming at the start looked like they had something going on.
Yep.
They looked like they were really, you know, clicking, and they were able to get like 30 points at the start, and then from there, it was just out of their hands.
Yeah, Optic Gaming right there. You know, you can bet though that they're going to have quite a run through the loser bracket. Coming off of a win, they're going to go down without a fight. You know, we saw a great performance from them in Game 1, losing by that one flag in overtime. Performance, and in Game 3 just failed to get map control throughout the match. So I think what we did see towards the end, them getting a little bit of a rally back, it's starting to click. So I want to see if they're going to be able to continue that through the losers.
Going to have to watch out for their Slayer game is weak. It could, you know, and they're going to have to go back and to the drawing board, see what they did wrong. I mean, obviously, you know, you can never account for those situations. Play like what Flamesword had, but still, it was not the same kind of confidence that I saw out of you know, the agency at the end of that Warlord CTF
right.
game.
I think objective games, they look a lot more confident than they do in the Team Slayer
sure.
match. And I think that comes down to the teamwork, right? I think you have, especially, I've said it, you know, before, players who have played together before as well. Victory X also played with Fear Itself for quite a while, right? And these players have also teamed with Ninja for a little bit of a small duration during Halo Reach. So I think they've really got the teamwork clicking, and it shows in objective games. But you're right, if they want to continue through the winners bracket, what we're going to need to see from them is a little bit of a step up in their Slayer game.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what though, objective is the name of the game here, right? I mean, you know, you could go ahead and drop Slayer the whole time, and that in itself is playing to the advantage of the agency.
Right.
So we'll see how all this kind of works out for them. But man, it just what an intense game there. That was definitely fun. Hopefully you guys had a great time as well. Now going to be Purple Rain versus Believe the Hype. Is that next?
I do believe that is the second match. Of course, as we saw those first rosters, Believe the Hype is going to be here to win, and of course Purple Rain looking to put up a fight, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, that BTH roster.
Right. Well, it seems like we have Clutch down on the floor with none other than Ninja. What's going on, Clutch?
Oh, Ninja! Congratulations on that win. Very against Optic. Now, the first map, it seemed that even control until a couple flag caps were happening from you and Hysteria. What was happening at the beginning that didn't allow either team to take control of the map, and then what changed for your team to get the map?
It was burned right away, and we noticed that immediately. Camouflage running with the flag is pretty broken. I mean, it's that you definitely need camouflage control. No team was really controlling portals, and Tawi, eventually our coach, told he's like, Tyler, camo's coming up, so I grabbed it, and I think we got our first flag cap just from camo and flag, so.
And some pretty close calls for you, Cap. We thought you were going to go out. So it was some very intelligent play. And as we talked earlier, intelligence is your tip of the spear. It's your edge of the blade when it comes to your team. How did that intelligence free?
We actually got a good couple, like 3, I think, practice maps on King of the Hill for Warlord. We just started realizing, like, we tried to go for the hill too much and try to milk it too much when we need to just slay a lot and as much as possible. And flash control yet again. And we tried to stay away from portals. Portals are kind of, in this game, not the great forms, and in flags was what we realized was working, and spawn killing them as fast as possible. And we just swarmed them every time they spawned for like the first 4 minutes of the game, got a really good lead.
Set you guys for a while. Let's set the pace of the map. Let's talk about map 2 though. Slayer, not really your thing, at least at this tournament. Day 1, the jitters are gone. And as you prefer the objective game, how are you going to change it, though, for Slayer? Because Slayer is such an important part when it comes to holding that line at the very end.
Yeah, we were struggling with the 3 spawning. We weren't saying what we were watching or where we were. And a lot of the times, like towards the end of the game, we realized it literally was like a freaking formula. One person top blue, one person at snipe means that if you die, you're going to spawn like behind. Using that later. And actually, that's why we kind of pulled it back a little bit. And then we just kind of choked. We stopped saying what we were watching. So really, it's just communication is going to win us Slayers.
And what's tough, he starts to have a triple kill, like Flamesword did. There's a little bit of panic that happens with the team. Did that happen in communications? Like, oh, come on. What was the reaction to your team when Flamesword was able to do that?
I think we said, did Flame just get a triple? Stop dying, because and Jacob kept telling us, because he's already had one tournament under his belt for this, and he kept saying that we kept spawning bottom green and bottom blue, whatever. Hysteria and, no, not Hysteria, Fear Itself and myself and Victory, we're kind of just trying to shoot from bottom. Supposed to do. Jacob kept pushing, dying by himself, saying, guys, get out. We have to like push BR Tower, push Sniper. We can't just sit here. We didn't freak out after the triple kill too much.
Got to play that intelligence game. Yep. You guys played that game. Congratulations on the win once again. Winner of Believe the Hype versus Purple Rain. We're going to have that match live in just a bit. Stay tuned.
You give your life away so others will live, and take life where only God can give it.
An action drama. It's a story about heroes and the good.
This film represents an origin story of sorts, not only introducing the character positions over the course of our story.
We will not go out.
Locke, first and foremost, is a leader. He's a guy who can be ahead of the adversary.
When we first encounter Locke, he's the leader of ONI, which is a CIA, KGB type of organization.
Forces you can find.
They kind of think they're better than everyone else.
Only work better alone.
I'm expected to lead and to get the task done.
It starts on one planet, which is quite bucolic and friendly, and ends up on another location.
Ready to go to hell, Colonel?
They are a really routine investigative operation, and they quickly come to discover that there's something far more alarming and far more dangerous.
They've all got to make these massive, life-changing, so it's quite emotionally intense.
Mike Coulter, who plays Locke, has an especially entrenched role in the Halo universe because in Halo 5 Guardians, but his journey and his transformation really start here.
That digs into the kind of soldier he is when we first encounter him, ultimately evolves into being. It also allows us to explore the Halo environment in a much more sort of primal way, in the sense that these characters are literally coming to life.
That's been a thrill for us because we've been as a bridge between the game and the motion picture world, effectively.
My Quark, how will you lead? And for what?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Halo Master Chief Collection by ESL. Golden Boy and Bravo here, just called an amazing matchup between the Agency and Purple Rain. The Agency moving on and getting ready for this matchup that could be either really, really bad or really, really awesome. Talk about those guys first. Obviously, the return of Formal to Halo, which is rather exciting. And there you can see them in the bracket. So the winner of this match will be facing off against the Agents, and what we can expect out of this team.
Sure, yeah, I believe the hype. I mean, as we've been saying, a team of Halo players who are no strangers to first of all tournament victories, let alone competitive Halo itself. Taking a look from left to right, you have main APG, 4 players who know exactly what they're doing here, and I think they're ready to compete. We've seen a lot of success 3 and into Halo Reach, and recently, Formal also making a name for himself in Call of Duty as well as
that's right.
Now.
That's right. Congratulations to him. But of course, taking a look at that roster there you see them getting ready to go. APG, he's like doubting himself in the picture. It's side. You have one of the Halo 2 greats.
Yep.
Gandhi, and he is going to be joined by Elitist, his partner in crime, and of course the one and only people I've ever met. There you can see the Purple Rain roster. I know a lot of people are excited to see those. And of course, just to note there, Puckett was supposed to be here, but Elitist ended up taking his place.
We're happy to be here, and we're happy to see this match kick off. But, they have, of course, CTF, Warlord. The one thing I got to note on the BTH side, 4 players who can play are also no strangers to playing against some of the best teams in the world, and I expect them to be moving these flags pretty quick, picking players out a battle for Purple Rain, and of course TS Lockdown, of course, another game type that if you're good enough, you can play really.
And one thing I do want to note, though, is I'm not trying to sell Purple Rain short by any means, because then you couple that with Elitist, who has competed in the. Of course, Gandhi, you're left with some pretty talented players, and then Maven. So taking stabs at Maven, because I love that dude. But the pressure's on for these guys, right? They could show up big time. One thing I will have to say is if Purple Rain can keep this game 0-0 for we can see BTH getting frustrated and making mistakes. Call me crazy.
Oh, no, certainly. I mean, you said it yourself. I mean, Gandhi, of course, the captain of his team, a 2006 national champion in Halo 2. Just a player who is very, very capable, made a name for himself online, then started placing really well at Halo Reach tournaments. So we can't sell them too short right here. They could put up, it is ready for that. It is going to come out of the gate pretty hard.
Yeah, that's taking Purple Rain lightly by any means whatsoever, and I'm really excited to see Formal back at it again. He's one of the players when it comes to competitive FPS, just very aware. His shot is always on point. Yep. But the other player I want to talk about is Lethal. A big Lethal fan. I think he's really come a long way as a player, and he wants this developed a team that would, take him to that point. And despite the hurdles and all the, you really got to note that this squad is capable of doing some pretty big things and going pretty far into this tournament.
Actually, throughout the community forum and predictions, actually seeing BTH go through this bracket, right?
Yeah.
They are certainly a team to be threatened with. To say that they're top 3 material, I think is quite obvious. They can, and it will be really interesting to see if things go as planned. If they do, it'll be really interesting to see how they face off against the agency.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Lethal's been on the Beyond forums quite a bit. Constantly arguing with people, but that's just how he is. A very combative individual, which plays really well to, being a competitor here at the Launch Invitational. To get the lobby set up and everything. But now I do want to note, guys, and let you guys know at home that these players are playing for $50,000, or their share $50,000, which is quite a bit of cash.
Yeah. It's certainly
quite
a bit on the line here as we kind of set the table here for the rest. We'll be talking about the Halo Championship Series later on in the program for those of you who are excited about it and want to learn more. We thank you so much for joining. Let everyone know what's going down here. The Halo Launch Invitational live from Burbank, California. We've got 32 of the best players here facing off in Halo 2 Anniversary just days before the launch of Halo the Master Chief Collection on November 11th.
Yeah, very had a chance to see the buzz on the internet. It's been really, really cool. Everyone's just getting right back into Halo again, which is always exciting. But now, and Elitist better wait. He has a match to play. Yeah, he has to be careful. And what is Lethal going for?
He's digging around for something.
I don't trust him. He's going for, his secret controller. Who knows? Of course, guys, make sure that you are following at Halo and also ESL at ESL. We're here at the ESL studio, and we had some shots of the venue. It looked incredible. I mean, it looks incredible. It's right behind us, right over there. You can see this giant warthog.
Thank you, too, especially when you have it. Typically, we drive it, around in these large convention halls. It's awesome to have it in a studio. I think it looks even bigger. Twitch for helping us put this event on, as well as our friends at Astro Gaming. I'll see right here. We've got the brand new Halo line of products, including the A50s, as well as the Skull Candy Slayers here. You can go ahead at twitch.tv/Halo, or you can go ahead and find more at astrogaming.com. Of course, without these awesome partners, we wouldn't have
a certain affinity and all those guys for the Master Chief Collection. It was actually really to finish it because I had to come, here the documentary, about the, the creation of this, remaking cool, and kind of gave everyone a good inside look. And now with future and where Halo is going, of course, with the HCS and everything, it's definitely it's a good time to be a fan of Halo again and get right back into the swing of things, which this community has been dying for such a long time.
Oh yeah, it certainly is an exciting time. Of course, we have the Halo the Master Chief Collection launching. Of course, on Monday night and Tuesday, as well as the Halo channel coming to Xbox One for the first time, and the first episodes of Halo Nightfall. Of course, you'll learn more about all of those, as well as the Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer beta at our Halo Fest live stream. This is just day 1 of Halo Fest here. We've got day 2 tomorrow at the Launch Invitational Finals, and day 3 is going to be a special event, Xbox VIP event, that we're going to give everyone a little bit of a peek into at twitch.tv Monday night. For all that info, be sure to head to HaloWaypoint.com.
That's right, guys. That's right. So, with that being said, is he's talking trash. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, Legion just does what Legion wants to do. So this should be pretty. He's feeling good. So, of course, now that we have this, BTH versus Purple Rain,
I think now they're ready to go. They seem a little bit more awake than they did prior. So,
when you're doing the Cabbage Patch, you're ready into this Purple Rain. Believe the hype. We're going to be kicking things off with Lethal, actually taking a couple shots there, and let's see what's going on at the start.
Take us into the match, and we have Gandhi here now pushing in, his flag is now pulled, trying to get map control. Of course, so off the bat, the first thing to grab map control. You want to grab the camo, try to grab the side bases. If you pick up a few kills, you can then start.
To the advantage of Purple Rain, they were able to see how Optic Game, the first matchup here. So this can kind of give them a good inclination as to what his adapt to it too, because there have been some additions here to Warlord, but Gandhi trying to stay alive here, so he's going to have to put a couple shots. He has full control of the mid, though. Nades flying in. He's got about a quarter shields left, and there's been no cap just yet. And remember what I said, if they can keep, they're going to get frustrated.
That's right. A nice job there from Gandhi to stay alive. Legion is able to clean up that kill. So really surprising start here from Purple Rain as they're really putting the pressure on.
So I'm going to jump over to Elitist now, who is finding a couple more players over. Drop away from that one, though. Teammates pushing up as Gandhi and Maven trying to work together here. One guy taking out bottom. Going to be 2 down presently. Let's go ahead and switch over to Maniac before Believe the Hype.
Yeah, Maniac now pushing into yellow. Of course, as a veteran Halo player, he knows how important those green and yellow bases are to control. Portal to push it, cleans up 1 kill there on Legion, now in a position to toss this flag and kill on Gandhi first, engages him, cleans it up, and right now finds another player. He's going to try to move.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maven is going to have to run away from that one. The player's going to be right in front. It's going to be Elitist. That flag's going to be out. Let his teammate go, and that is a brilliant play. The little bait and switch there. Lethal has not quite found that the screen, but still, flag being pulled by Purple Rain, as it seems as if that was Legion actually, with Legion actually finding Formal right in front of him, and he's going to be able to take out Formal Legion. He has to figure out what he wants to do. He
gets a Magnum instead of the flag. That's unfortunate, but Maven is now running that flag. Players are dropping like flies. We'll see if anyone is in the position to run this in, and it doesn't look like it. So Maniac now puts that flag in, now up 1-0.
Out of Purple Rain, but now this is where Believe the Hype gets their confidence to move that flag forward. This is the position Purple Rain did not want to be in by any.
Also, Gandhi trying to run this flag. We'll see if he's going to be able to push out of his own base. Now Gandhi does get taken out. Second flag, and now we're looking, as that is the case, AP enemy's ramp portal. That'll put him right at his own ramp portal. We'll see if he can get through. Right now takes a nade, but it looks like he's in position to possibly run. There's going to have to delay for just a second.
That's right, and he's going to have shields, quarter shields, make it. Yes, he will be able to cap it, making it 2-0. Now remember, guys, this is going to be 5 flags CTF, so if they get to 5, that's pretty much going to do it here. Not 3 flags. I know a lot of seeing that later on in the tournament, I'm sure, but ooh, BTH's APG getting it. Oh, no, he's going to get the assist, but he does manage to get
players down there, and then that's 4. A nice job there. It looks like every single player of Purple Rain was kind of hanging out together around the kind of moving in packs right now.
Yep, and APG trying to figure out what he wants to do here.
And instead throws the flag up the vent. He's going to have to try to move this. That flag actually can be tossed quite the vent. We'll see. And now we'll see if he's able to move this flag.
Just that lift has other plans, man. Kind of control. But in any case, APG able to throw that flag down, finding May. APG will continue to push this one forward.
Yep, right now moving the flag through the portal. We'll see if he can move this up. Now it looks like clean up this 3rd flag right here, bringing this in.
No opposition by any means, but there's actually going to be a player there. For the
there he goes.
And he gets to make it a 3-0.
And nice job. This is to run the 4th flag. He does have the camo. We'll see if he can do that and possibly drop down. He does have help from Ninja. Talk about running the flag with camo is huge. Using camo to gain the lead here. As he grabs the Magnum, there's a Magnum down there. They will accidentally grab the Magnum instead of the flag right there, right before they lift up. But now in position to run this. Delays for just a second
here, and he will be able to take out Maniac, but still, though, it is going to be met with pretty much nothing. And this does have the flag in hand. That's going to be Lethal. Can Lethal put this one away for the 5-0 sweep? No, not going to be to get cleaned up. Now you have Maniac actually lingering right by bottom blue. Seconds left until it returns back to the base. 3 seconds to be exact. No one has gone for it, though, and the flag means that it goes to the opposite side, and they're going to have to go all over again. Let's go ahead and switch over to Elitist.
Yeah, I saw some Netty, what he is up to. As we said, very talented Halo player, and certainly has a success throughout this first series.
Yeah, we'll stay with him, through the respawn here and see what he's going to do. Purple Rain definitely fighting with their backs against the wall. It seems like the flag has been pulled again, and Elitist has potentially be on top of the platform, so he's gonna have to look around, and he will get that return there. Maybe just a distraction, so that this way Believe the Hype can get more map control. Definitely seems to be a precarious play there, but Elitist push Legion and crew to try and pull a flag yet again, finding a player right in front of him, and he's gonna get the 2-time
nice
melee.
Play there on Formal. Yeah, nice stuff there from Elitist. And I gotta say, Golden Boy question, you can really toss the flag out, can be used a variety of ways. Typically, just tossing the flag out to the enemy's to worry about, which can set your team up for map control and also allow him to sneak into the enemy base.
But it has, Legion does have it in his hands. He's going to bring that flag up. Never mind. It's actually going to. That is pretty much going to wrap things up there for Legion. Off the respawn, we're going to see what he does. Never mind, actually. Jumping over to Formal, who now BTH looking to put this one away. Let's see if this is going to be the case here. It's going to be 4-0. Are they going to be able to get that sweep? Formal drops back, finding a player on the platform, and as he's going to have to throw this one back out onto the base. He has about a quarter shields left, and that, Believe the Hype, are going to be able to seal game number 1.
Yeah, like we said, a quick victory there from Believe. As we said, can play very fast, and they wasted no time there jumping into that match.
Yep, that's right. Slayer on lockdown, and they know that Purple Rain knows they're the real winners here.
They can try to rally back at all in this TS lock. That first match, Believe the Hype, of course, is here to win. They're here to advance through the winners bracket, so we'll see if there can be a quick lockup.
Yeah, and taking a look at some of the stats here, of course, you got kills. You guys were asking for it on the chat and on Twitter, so we oblige. Just having some solid showings there. Now moving on to Team Slayer on. They're definitely doing their thing. They came here with a mission. They know Purple Rain is just an obstacle, and they're really going to be Purple Rain to try and see if they can catch them off guard again. I said it before, if Purple Rain fan. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, It is going to be game number 2, Lockdown. Team Slayer is out 2-0. Or will Purple Rain shock the world and force a game 3? Find out after this.
One of the most eagerly awaited video games finally goes on sale. It is a huge moment for the manufacturer.
I remember the build-up to Halo 2 was unlike anything I had ever experienced before.
It definitely became the hallmark of the original Xbox.
Immediately went home, got to pool our money and get an Xbox.
It was the golden age of gaming online.
Had some talks with Dan Ayub at Microsoft. He threw me, to which I was like, yeah, awesome, that'd be fun.
That was really the way to start our journey on Xbox One.
When we finally see our work go out in the real world, it's so great.
Remastered reminds people about how seminal a game Halo 2 really was.
For ages 10 and up.
Welcome back, everyone. Of course, this is the Halo Master Chief Collection launch invitational. Bravo! You know, it was a great a great first game for BTH. This is definitely for Purple Rain, as Believe the Hype is looking to make quick work of them.
Yeah, right now you see Formal right there, small in the back, making sure to have this game ready. But Formal, of course, a player who is no stranger to competitive FPS, and we can see in that last game how we're going to be calling the strategy for this game. I think what we're going to see from BTH, because they do have momentum and also a better map control than Purple Rain, is them kind of using the entire map to players take very specific routes, right? You only move certain ways, underglass, library to snipe. You never live from top blue to go to top. So the teams obey when they're playing at the top level, but I think BTH has enough confidence in this match that they might start to collapse on Purple Rain time and time again.
Yeah, but of course Purple Rain in high spirits, which is always a good thing to see. So now going forward into this matchup, Believe the Hype, they have a big just had an amazing performance against Optic Gaming, and if they win against them, Gandhi of course showing love to everyone. I just love that dude, man. He just cracks me up. But Believe the Hype has the winner bracket final and even the grand final is going to be, especially if the agency continues to play the objective the way that they have. They had a challenge, in that gaming, and the agency just, honestly, it's like if you're a betting man, the agency is shocked. Believe the Hype knows that they are in for a fight.
The agency and Believe the Hype match looks like. But also, if you're sticking with us, don't forget we also have STK versus VWS coming up. Great matches on the way. That's match number 3 and match number 4. Those will be coming up right after this. So we have a great afternoon of Halo certainly waiting for us.
I know. Straight Rippin versus TCM Gaming is probably going to be my match for that. It's going to be match 4. But coming up after this one will be STK facing off against VWS. Another one that could easily be a match of the day too. Become an absolute machine and really, find his true calling in life as being a robot. Or will, Ogre 2, show everyone why, these thumbs, they don't wear off, because I've been seeing them saying like how Ogre 2 doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, Ogre 2...
He read it too, by the way.
He knows. Oh, I'm sure he knows. And you can be sure that he's going to bring that as ammo against that match against VWS. But I think our players that are pretty consistent players, right? I think it's could be the understatement so far of the show to say that Ogre 2 is a consistent player, but Heinz is well known as a very consistent player. Royal 2 and Snakebite, players who have been playing quite a bit lately. They're newer to the scene, right? Getting a name for themselves towards the end of Halo 3 and especially in Halo Reach. So I'm excited to see what they will bring to the ST. They certainly have a chance to take a few games, if not win, at series against VWS.
Yeah, I legitimately believe that STK and Optic Gaming were going to meet up in the finals, right? Yeah. Like that was just in my head. It was to be, but STK though, definitely has a road in front of him, and now that the agency is kind of, I wouldn't say, it kind of throws everything for a loop, right? This tournament really is, like anyone can win, like people, right? But in the back of their head, they're like, but Optic Gaming and STK are going to meet in the finals, but no, like win, and it is so cool to see that kind of play out here. The Halo 2 anniversary, it's been.
He hasn't, and like you said, Optic Gaming and STK arguably the favorites coming into this, especially just with the rosters they have and the successes. But teams like VWS and the agency, you can't count them out. T-Squared bringing Straight Rippin back, right, for the first time.
Again, Straight Rippin, just to take note again, I've been watching their streams, been watching them play, and they really seem to be clicking. T-Squared is on the ball when it's strict and letting everyone know like what he is looking for from them, and it's been really cool to see that happen live. But then showing at PAX Prime, this is a squad that could, there too, again, it's just anyone's ball game here at the Master Chief Collection Launch Invitational. For the game to get started any second here, but yeah, believe the hype. Definitely look into it's possible because they have their eyes set on the agency.
Yeah, that's right. They need to get ready for that match. I think they potentially, if you're surprised by that round 1 result, as I'm sure a lot of the viewers were, that the agency was able to come out on top, certainly making a statement. So BTH will not be taking that match lightly. Of course, they're going to want to play, get through this series and then immediately start to focus on what's next in the winners bracket.
Right, it's really going to be all about, kind of just, especially in the objective game, right? So the part that kind of worries me here for BTH is that, Believe the Hype's playing against, they're feeling good and all that, but and again, not to, insult them or anything like that, but they're not needs to take on the agency.
Right.
But on the other side, the agency had that. The PAX Prime champions, they faced off against those guys, and they were able to overcome. You're feeling like you're on cloud 9. And I think that for BTH, they're going to have to give it like 110%. Just bring everything that they have to the table. That's going to be the game that defines them throughout this entire tournament, in my opinion.
Yeah. Coming off of a match like that after your round 1 certainly could put you in a better position as you look at that. The Master Chief Collection Launch Invitational, that is a sideshow collectible, only one made into this nice trophy that we have, sitting against the only one in the world.
Yep, that's right. Just want to point it out. 10 minutes to climb that. It was a challenge. I sweated a lot.
And in all fairness, a lot of people who see you behind a caster know how
physically fit I am.
Or I was going to say height. I was going to say there's a lot of factors that make it difficult to get into this hog for you.
We don't need to recall the Gamescom show, okay?
When you had to interview,
on a stepping stone. I had to interview Riots.
That's right. So yeah, Riots, we'll see him.
He's not human.
I think he's the tallest person now in the U.S. He's the tallest person, but
yes,
yeah, he's quite a tall guy. But also, speaking of Riots, they're also excited to be here, right? TCM, of course, this is now their 3rd event, but their 2nd event in the States, right? It feels like each month they're coming over here to compete. They have solidified them once again competing against the top U.S. teams. We saw them play pretty well last 2 months ago now in PAX. So Chalky has become somewhat of a household name after the PAX showdown, right? With putting himself on the map. So we'll see if TCM can kind of ride that.
Your thoughts and on Twitter, you can tweet at Halo and at ESL. And I'm going to pose who you think is going to take the Halo Master Chief Collection Launch Invitational. Who's going to take home $20,000? At ESL, we want to hear what you guys think, and of course on the chat too. Let us know, like, who do you guys?
I think a lot of those predictions might have changed after our round 1 matchup. I know gaming with a huge fan base, but also I think the players on that lineup also is right that everyone was pulling for them. So the fact that they've dropped to the losers now, I don't think we can count them out just yet. During the break, you and I were talking about how although Optic Gaming has to see them do quite well, potentially even back in the finals.
Yeah, I am not will be Optic Gaming. I mean, hands down, they have all the talent in the world in those 4 players, so I would not be shocked if we see finals there. But again, just to kind of point it out, all these have a shot at it, right? I mean, when you look at our match 3, SNSDK, Straight Ribbon versus TCM, honestly, I feel like any of those 4 teams gets hot, and we could end up seeing them. For one, I'd be super stoked if TCM actually were, found their way into the finals. That'd be great for EU Halo. Though I would be excited for VWS to get another shot at redemption because they fell short at PAX Prime. So there is definitely to look forward to here as this tournament continues to roar on, and I think the players are getting ready finally in the lobby, getting all set up. I'm just gonna blame Gandhi.
Safe thing to do.
Yeah.
And also, let's talk about our winners bracket round 2 game types, of course, just to give you a look at what's ahead once we do have these these round 2s coming up. In round 1, as you saw in the first series, it's CTF Warlord and TS Lockdown and King of the Hill on Warlord. That gives us a taste of what these teams are skilled at, right? Kind of what they are the best at. And so it's going to give us a little bit of a hint into round 2, right? King of on Shrine. And for the first time ever, Neutral Bomb on Warlord will be game 3 in winners bracket round 2.
That's going to be very interesting to watch. I'm quite excited about that one. Of course, Bomb making its way here into the rotation. So guys, sorry about the wait, as of course we're trying to get this one started as soon as possible for you all. But yeah, I guess moving forward into the rest of the Hype, who could potentially meet up against the Agency. I do want to kind of talk about that matchup real quick. Do you think that Believe the Hype can in fact take the Agency on, despite that incredible matchup the Agency had against Optic Gaming?
I think without a doubt, they're probably a series that's going to go to 3 games. And also taking a look at the game types that we just went over, King of the Hill Lockdown, I think could certainly go either way, right? Both teams are able to play super fast, and both teams likely skilled at Objective 1 as well. Now, Team Slayer on Shrine could go either way. If it's any indication, it could also go to BTH, as we saw the Agency not that strong in Slayer right now. Optic Gaming had that sniper rifle in hand almost the entire game. It felt like we didn't leave Snipe Down screen. So interesting to see what's going to happen there. But Neutral Bomb Warlord could go either way. We've seen that both squads know how to play Warlord Objective very well. So I think right now anyone's series, but I'm definitely expecting that winners bracket round 2 should Believe the Hype advance to go to 3 games.
Yeah, that would definitely be a great matchup, and very, very excited for that one. Hope you guys at home are as well. Finally starting to line up here and get ready for the game. Again, we've been saying that a couple times here, but of course the ESL stack games move swimmingly, and you guys are constantly watching Halo because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. So, moving forward then for Purple Rain, who, could potentially be sent to the losers bracket. I don't know where they would land in the losers bracket. I'm assuming not facing off against Optic Halo.
I think they would actually end up in match 8, taking a look at the bracket. But also, let's talk a little bit about Lockdown.
Oh, yes, please, let's do that.
The map, which is what we're going to jump into in just a moment. I think Lockdown as a map, if you're new to competitive Halo, typically you'll see players controlling the larger part of the map. That's known as the Battle Rifle Tower. And Lockdown has also a little bit of an unwritten rule that you can't cross the 50-yard line unless your teammates are in position to do so. That set up on the BR tower, it's pretty difficult to do so. So that's what we're going to be looking for in this match. However, we saw the sniper rifle almost exclusively, and I think it actually was exclusively at Sniper Rifle Tower. Very rare for a gameplay on Lockdown. So we'll have to see if that changes in this match. I think with the domination that BTH will have with map control, actually swinging over to the BR tower.
Yeah, and if they manage to get there, that would just spell doom for Purple Rain, because they'll just be easy pickings at that point as they just continue to spawn on the opposite side of the map and just, they'll just get picked off nonstop. So that is going to be something that Purple Rain is definitely going to have to avoid. They got to keep the sniper in their hands, looking for Gandhi to be that guy to hold the sniper, just because he knows more than anyone else that you just can't allow them to have that freedom, or else they'll run away with it. But Believe the Hype, though, on the other side, I feel like they can kind of approach this in multiple different ways, on their end, and be okay, right? They can hold the snipe down at the snipe tower, and I don't think that would really cause much of a ruckus for them, because they have, you just put the sniper in Formal's hands, and need I say more?
Yeah, what I'm expecting to see is Believe the Hype get off to a pretty early lead, right? Once they do so, and once we start to see the game slow down a bit, they might actually pick it up and start to press right in and get those final kills to end the match. So I'm expecting them to play a little bit smart off the bat, right? Make sure they don't get down to an early deficit. and then rack up their kills proceeding after that.
Yep, that's right, guys. So again, want to apologize for the delay. We're hoping to get this one started as soon as possible. But you know what? I guess you've been patient with us. But on top of that, too, I want to thank the people who have supported this event, and most importantly, ESL, who we're here at the ESL studio in Burbank. If you guys had never come, if you ever get a chance to, it's just a really cool place. Of course, Astro Gaming, Twitch, and of course 343. Everyone making this event possible, and doing it for the betterment of competitive Halo. So with that being said, I think we'll jump to a brief break, and when we come back, we're going to have our Game 2 Lockdown Team Slayer Purple Rain versus Believe the Hype. Will Purple Rain be able to close it out 2-0? And like I said before, Believe the Hype, and then will Purple Rain kind of try and answer back? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Find out though after this. Don't go anywhere.
To find him, you have to forget the stories. Forget the legends. You have to do more than walk in his footsteps. For he is more than the sum of his actions. I tell you this, not because I trust, but because all our lives are at stake. Because the seeds of our future are sown in his past.
Xbox One, now starting at $399.